Hare
Danvat
Krishna
pranam.
Mataji. Danvat
Hare
pranam.
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam.
Danvat pranam, Mataji. Danvat pranam. I'll just start sharing my screen. Uh, and okay. Let me know when you all can see the screen.
Yes, Mataji. We can see.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Right. So Hare Krishna, everyone.
Okay, chalo class.
Hare Krishna.
Can we
I'll-
please request everyone to keep their mic on mute, please? Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So Hare Krishna, everyone, and welcome to this last session of 6 Goswami series. So today we are going to discuss about that personality who left his property worth in millions and joined the movement of Mahaprabhu. One who was the first to meet Mahaprabhu and he stayed the longest with Mahaprabhu, who got special mercy of Namacharya Haridas Thakur at the age of, at very young age, when he was a little boy. He got special mercy of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. He also is the reason why we have our Gaudiya Vaishnava jewel of literature, which is Chaitanya Charitamrita. And he is the one because of which we get to celebrate Chira Dahi, Panihati festival. Any guesses? Who are we going to discuss today about? Okay. I'll say myself then. We are going to discuss about life and teachings of Srila Raghunath Goswami. Raghunath Goswami, who is very famous as Prayojan Acharya in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. Sanatan Goswami is the Sambandha Acharya, one who establishes the relationship with the Lord. Rupa Goswami had shown us the process, Abhideya, and Srila Raghunath Goswami is the Prayojanacharya who has shown us what is the goal of our life. So before I start talking about his pastimes and his life, let me invoke the blessings of Lord and his devotees so that I can give some justice to his character. You all can recite if you want to. Om Ajnanatimrandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Vandeham Shri Yuga Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savatutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamascha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyai Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Just a small disclaimer, the class might go a little bit over the time, just 10-15 minutes at the max. And that also we'll try to reduce. But there are some announcements after we finish this discussion of Raghunath Das Goswami. Right? So before we see his material pastimes, let's see what is the position of Srila Raghunath Goswami in Golok Vrindavan is. Okay. So in Golok Vrindavan, Krishna Leela, he is Rati Manjari. And he is also lovingly called Tulsi Manjari or Bhanumati. His body complexion is of lightning. and he wears clothes with stars on them. Raghunath Das Goswami wears. So we are talking about Rati Manjari here. So she wears clothes with stars on them. And her exact age, Rati Manjari.
I think it's a volume of her
Yes.
voice is very low.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, can we please request everyone to mute their mic, please?
So her age, Rati Manjari's age is 13 years 2 months. And the service was Rati Manjari does in Golok Vrindavan is she does the chamar to the divine couple of Sri Radha Krishna. Now, this chamar service is very special service. You see, in any other service, you have to go and do some things like if you have to cook for the deities, if you have to do any other seva, right? You are supposed to just a sec. So you are supposed to go away from the deities or go away from the divine couple and perform that seva. But this seva, the chamar service, she, I would say, Rati Manjari, stays very, very near to the Lord, to Shishi Radha Govind Dev Ji, and she does the chamar seva. We will see in material world also how Rati Manjari is very, as Raghunath Goswami, is very dear to Radharani, as they are dear to Rati Manjari as dear to Radharani in Golok Vrindavan. Okay. Let's talk about the material pastimes of Srila Raghunath Goswami. So his appearance in the material world was 1494. He appeared on the day of Vasant Panchami. Okay. He appeared on the day of Vasant Panchami. His disappearance from the material world was in 1571, Shukla Dwadashi. And his birthplace was Sri Krishnapur near Saptagram. Now, total, he stayed in this material world for 76 to 77 years. And within that 76 years, he has stayed in Krishnapur for 19 years. He resided in Puri for 16 years. And he resided in Vrindavan for 41 years. And as I mentioned, he's the first one to meet Mahaprabhu among the 6 Goswamis. And he's the only one to stay that long with Mahaprabhu. So he stayed in Puri with Mahaprabhu for 16 years. And during that 16 years, he got to see the pastimes of Mahaprabhu. Which pastimes? Gambhira pastimes. So the most confidential pastimes, he was the witness of those pastimes. And now if we talk about his family, so Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, he was the son of a very wealthy merchant, landowner. He was from a Kayastha community, and his parents, so there's no mention of his mother's name. If anyone knows, you can please write it in the comments. But his father's name was Govardhan Majumdar, and he had an uncle, Hiranya Majumdar. And they both were very well behaved, very charitably disposed. They used to always do Vaishnav Seva whenever they get an opportunity. But they had one problem, that they didn't had any child, right? For a long time, neither Govardhan Majumdar nor Hiranya Majumdar had any child. After long time, they got one child, and that was the son to Govardhan Majumdar, which was Srila Raghunath Goswami.
What about putting on the page?
So-
Can you do that?
Yep.
Come on.
Okay. And yeah, so he was the only son in this whole family. Hiranya Majumdar was the elder brother of Govardhan Majumdar, right? Both the brothers, they were very attached to Raghunath Das Goswami. And his family was very rich. Now, if we talk about the richness of his family, the opulence of his family, monthly, Raghunath Das parents, father and uncle, they used to earn 12 lakh rupees monthly. Even now, if 12 lakh rupees someone earns, it's a great amount in India. At that time, they used to earn, at that time, 1 rupee, in 1 rupee, you could buy around about 300 kgs of rice. Can you imagine? Right? They were so rich. Even though Raghunath was their only son, right? He was the only heir to this whole grand fortune, but he was, since birth, he was completely indifferent. Since childhood, he was indifferent to riches. And he was only interested in learning spiritual things. Okay. In his childhood, he was sent to study at the Kul Guru's house, which is Balram Acharya. Balram Acharya used to stay in Chandpur. Balram Acharya used to stay in Chandpur, and Godhan Majumdar sent Raghunath to Chandpur for his studies when he was a young boy, okay, for Gurukul. So now one day Balram Acharya came and told all the students to, you know, uh, just take a holiday today. There's no class. I'm not going to. And he was very happy and very blissful. So all the students were like very happy. Okay, chutti. We don't have to study today. But Raghunath Das Goswami asked, why there's no class today? And then he said, oh, there's a great devotee coming, and I have to do the arrangements for him. He'd be staying at this place, so I have to arrange everything for him. And who was this great devotee? It was Namacharya Haridas Thakur. So Haridas Thakur was visiting Balramacharya. So when Raghunath Das Goswami came to know, as a little boy, when he came to know that, oh, okay, Haridas Thakur is coming. So he was like, can I help you in the arrangements? Can I do any service, whatever service you allow me to? And Balramacharya saw the, you know, the enthusiasm of the child, and he said, okay, fine, you can help me. And during the time Haridas Thakur came, Haridas Thakur stayed there during this whole Chandpur pastime, when Haridas Thakur came after delivering Ramachandra Puri, right? He gave special blessing to Raghunath Goswami. He used to, first of all, Raghunath used to sit near Haridas Thakur whenever he used to do his sadhana. What was his sadhana? His chanting of the holy names. So, and he used to see how focused and how much devotion Haridas Thakur has for the holy names. And looking at him, Raghunath used to start crying. And then one day, Balram Acharya gave him the remnants, the prasadam of Haridas Thakur to Raghunath Goswami. And he immediately started showing the loving symptoms of devotional ecstasy. Now we all know the importance, and I've heard about the importance of eating remnants of pure devotees. So this was also such an example of pure mercy to Raghunath Goswami. Haridas Thakur even blessed him with some Gaur Katha every day. Balram Acharya told Haridas Thakur that this boy, he wants to listen about Mahaprabhu. So can you please just sometime, whenever, and that was his favorite.
Because so you just profile picture when you contact.
I'm sorry, I'm muting one person, but it would be really helpful if you can keep yourself on mute, because I have very short span of attention. I'm really sorry, Prabhuji, to keep you on mute. Hare Krishna. So, yeah, we were talking about Haridas Thakur. So Haridas Thakur used to say give him Gaur Katha, the nectar of Gaur Katha every day, then till the time he was there. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami writes in Chaitanya Charitamrita that due to the blessings of, and due to the mercy of Haridas Thakur, what Haridas Thakur gave mercy to this child Raghunath, he will later in his life attain the association of Mahaprabhu. Right? Now let's see how he met Mahaprabhu. So, in 1510, when he was, Raghunath Das Goswami was 15 years, okay, at that time he met Mahaprabhu for the first time in Shantipur. Mahaprabhu came at Advaita Acharya's house after taking sannyas. So that was the first time Raghunath Goswami met him. As soon as he saw the Lord, Raghunath Goswami offered obeisances. And Raghunath Goswami's father, Govardhan Majumdar, his guru was Yadunandan Acharya. Yadunandan Acharya was disciple of Advaita Acharya. So they were very close. And Advaita Acharya knew Raghunath Goswami, and he had a special soft corner for this child anyways. So during the time when Mahaprabhu was there in Shantipur, every day Advaita Acharya used to give the remnants of Lord's Prasadam to Raghunath Goswami. And then the Lord departed for Puri, and Raghunath returned to his home in Saptagram. But he was completely changed and transformed. He was feeling that separation from the Lord. Seeing him in this condition, sorry, his father surrounded Raghunath by guards of people. He used to have 11 people around him at any given point of time. 11 people out of 7, out of those 11, 7 used to be guards, security, bodyguards. Okay, because Govardhan Majumdar got his son. I have to tie him. I have to do something to control him.
Sorry, Mataji, can you just repeat a few words behind? You were breaking up just now.
Oh, sorry, Mataji. Should I start from the beginning? Okay.
Yeah, from the guards.
From the guards.
Okay.
One.
From the guards. Yeah. Yes.
Thank you, Mataji. Sorry. So I was speaking when he met Lord in Shantipur and he came back, he was a different person, right? And looking at his condition, his father, Govardhan Majumdar, became very worried, and he appointed 11 people with him. And out of those 11 people, 7 were guards, 7 were his bodyguards. 2 were cooks. At any given point of time, whenever Raghunath Das Goswami goes, from house to the shop or anywhere, these 11 people will surround him, will be going with him. 7 were bodyguards, 2 were cooks, Maharaj, and 2 were treasurers. They used to always carry 5, 6, or 6, 7 bags of gold coin with them. So kabhi bhi zarurat pade, kuch bhi. But Govardhan Majumdar was more worried about why my son has started behaving like this. Because he was the only son. Okay, he was the only son. So he was very worried about him. So when the news of the Lord came again, that Lord was visiting after 3 years, Lord Mahaprabhu visited again in Shantipur. Okay. That time, he begged his parents. Raghunath begged his parents, can I please go and meet him? Can I please go and meet Mahaprabhu? And that's when the parents were like, okay, fine, but with a promise that you will come back quickly and these 11 people are going to accompany you. He said, okay, fine, just let me go. Just let me meet him once. So they allowed him. Then when in 1513, that is when he was 18 years, when he met Mahaprabhu, Raghunath wanted to come with Mahaprabhu. Raghunath expressed his desire, right? He expressed his desire, but the Lord instructed him that he said it's not the right time. And he said, don't be a Markat Vairagi. Don't try to give up this material world and worldly things out of, fake renunciation. When the right time will come, you come and meet me in Puri. He gave this instruction. And when he gave this instruction, Raghunath Goswami didn't protested, didn't said a word. He listened the instruction and he followed to the T. He followed the order of Mahaprabhu to the perfection. Right? He came back to Saptagram. He started living his life, normal life. His parents and uncle were very happy. They thought, oh, beta sudhar gaya. They also married him off to an extremely beautiful girl so that he can be committed to the family. Right? But also see, please don't think that, he was not interested in business or material activities or because he was not good at it. That's why, he didn't want it to do business. No, this was not the case. This was not the case. See, it is same like Prahlad Maharaj. We can relate it to Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj, when Chand and Amarka used to give him test paper, he used to get excellence. He never used to fail in Arth, Kam, Moksha, and all those, worldly things, the four Purusharths, all the politics and all they taught him. He never used to fail. He was not interested in those. Right? It was not that Raghunath Goswami didn't knew how to do business or how to handle material activities. He was just not
Oh,
interested.
you know what's the reason? See here, 32 people.
Okay, he was not interested in this. And I'll tell you one actually a pastime where we can see how intelligent, smart, and diplomat Raghunath Goswami was, right? Hiranya Majumdar made a pact with government, the local government there, okay, not the local government, the Bengal government, to collect taxes. Okay, he made an agreement. And previously, the same job was done by a Muslim Chaudhry. So this Muslim Chaudhry got very angry because his position was, and he became very envious and angry because his position was taken off. So what was the agreement? That Hiranya Majumdar will collect say 2 lakh gold coins, suppose. So from that 2 lakh gold coins, 3/4 he's supposed to give to the government and 1/4 he can keep. Okay, but what Hiranya Majumdar started doing, he started
Hello?
keeping. Um,
Hello.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hey, can you please talk to my Prabhu? Is my the guys there? Please, you are very urgent. Want to talk to you, please?
Sorry, Prabhuji, we are
Prabhu?
in middle of class. Can we do
Oh,
it
sorry.
later?
Can you please? Okay, that's fine. No worries.
Thank you so much,
Prabhu?
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Okay, so yeah, so coming back to the pastime, so Hiranya Majumdar started keeping more gold coins for him. So instead of keeping 1/4, he started keeping more portion of gold coins with him. And what happened was, this Muslim Chaudhry came to know about it, and he complained to the government. And then the government person said that, okay, bring Hiranya Majumdar to me and we will discuss. So this Muslim Chaudhry went to Hiranya Majumdar's house. Hiranya Majumdar left. He only found Raghunath Goswami. He took, captured Raghunath Goswami and took him with him. And he, he started questioning him. And he started torturing him through his words, questioning him again and again. Bring your father. Where is he? Where is your uncle? Otherwise, you will be punished. But even though he was saying all these things, he didn't even had the courage to do anything to Raghunath Goswami. He used to look at Raghunath Goswami and his heart used to melt. Can you imagine? Raghunath Goswami was carrying Krishna in his heart. How beautiful, how effulgent Raghunath Goswami would be. That a Muslim Chaudhry looked at him and his heart would melt. And he couldn't say more. And then it was going on again and again. He was asking the same question for so many days. Then Raghunath Das Goswami thought that this needs to be stopped. I have to do something about it. Right? So he then kind of pacified. In a diplomat way, he said, my father is also tax collector. My uncle is tax. You are also tax collector. We're in the same business. Like, we are like family. You are like my uncle. I'm like your son. Why I'm your dependent? Why are you doing this to me? You should be taking care of me. Please, whatever you say, I'll make sure that my uncle will come and we can talk this out. And so sweetly, Raghunath Das Goswami said that this Muslim person, this Muslim Chaudhry, he started crying and he said, you know what, from now on, I consider you to be my son. I'll find an excuse that you are free today itself. And you arrange your uncle to meet me, and somehow or the other, we'll set out some rules. And even if he doesn't want to give me anything, it's fine. It's fine. See, sometimes people think that devotees are not intelligent, anyone can fool them. right? But Krishna Jai Bhaje Che Bada Chatur. Srila Prabhupada used to say that without being very, very intelligent, nobody can become Krishna conscious, devotee of Krishna. It's in his Pandal lecture, he mentioned that, right? Now, after, this is a very important thing, a year later, Raghunath Goswami followed this for 1 year. And what happened after 1 year? His anxiousness. Now he's getting more anxious. He wants to meet Mahaprabhu now. He again started running away every time, but he was caught every time, brought back. So much that his mother got so in, so much worried. She said to the father, Govardhan Majumdar, we need to tie this boy. He's not listening. We need to tie this boy. And then Govardhan Majumdar said, the opulence of he has an opulence of Indra. He has an extremely beautiful wife. These things can't bind him. What do you think? These ropes can bind him? He says that it's written in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Who can keep him a prisoner who has been made mad by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? But he was still very attached to Raghunath Goswami. So says they still put guards around him, made sure that he doesn't run away. Now, during that time, Raghunath came to know that Lord Nityananda is visiting in the nearby town Panihati. So somehow the other, again he begged and he went to see Lord Nityananda. Lord Nityananda was sitting, and behind a tree, he's hiding behind the tree. Raghunath Goswami saw him. But Nityananda Prabhu knows everything. So as soon as, Raghunath Goswami came there, Nityananda Prabhu shouted, Raghunath, come here. I will punish you today. You are a thief. Raghunath Goswami came. He offered his obeisances, and with folded hands, he just stood there. And Nityananda Prabhu said, I want you to feed all my followers chipped rice and yogurt. This is the Chira Dahi festival. Right? I'm not going in much detail about this Chira Dahi festival. You all know about it. Right? When Nityananda Mahaprabhu commanded, it was very easy for Raghunath Goswami to fulfill that. As I mentioned earlier, how many guards? 11 people he used to walk with. 2 were treasurers. 6 to 7 bags of gold coin they used to hold in their hand. And 2 was Maharaj, cooks. What difficulty is there? So Raghunath Goswami became very happy. And you all know how beautifully and grandly this Chira Dahi festival was celebrated. We all are in devotees assembly. I don't have to elaborate on that, but I'll just take one lesson from this. Why did Lord Nityananda Prabhu call Raghunath thief? Because Mahaprabhu is Lord Nityananda's property. And Raghunath Goswami was trying to get in touch with Mahaprabhu, take his association without taking the shelter of Lord Nityananda. The lesson here is without taking the shelter of bona fide spiritual master and without getting the blessings of Vaishnava, without doing Vaishnava Seva, mercy of Mahaprabhu cannot be attained. So that's Chira Dahi festival. The very famous Chira Dahi festival happened with Raghunath Goswami. Right? For so many years he was trying, but he couldn't escape. But after having this mercy of Lord Nityananda and Vaishnavas, what happened? The next year itself, he could easily escape. I'll not go into details. If you want to read, it's like you're reading a very interesting novel. It's in chapter 6, Antilila. The whole, it's all about Raghunath Das Goswami. So read that, and you will see how much difficult it was for him to run away previously. But this time, after taking the blessing of Nityananda Mahaprabhu, when he left this time, how easy it became. As easy in terms of the guards were unable to catch him. Right? But I'll tell you something about his escape. He took a very longer route, and he took 12 days. He took a longer route, still he could reach from Saptagram to Puri in 12 days because he walked without resting. Right? He ate only 3 times. 3 times not in the day, okay? 3 times in those 12 days. And remember, he was on a run. So he can't eat, sit at one house and eat very nicely. And he can't be caught. They were quite famous. So whatever little he got, 3 times in those 12 days he ate. Right? And then when he came to Mahaprabhu, who was sitting with Swarup Damodar and paid his obeisances from a distance, Mukunda Datta, he saw him and he informed Mahaprabhu. And this time, Lord accepted Raghunath Goswami. He embraced him. He said that finally, Krishna's strongest mercy has delivered you from the foul sink of worldliness. And then Lord delivered him to Sri Swarup Damodar, who accepted him as the most intimate disciple. Now, the first session of 6 Goswamis, Surat Krishna Prabhuji mentioned, who is Swarup Damodar in Krishna Lila, Chaitanya Lila? Chaitanya Lila is Swarup Damodar, but in Krishna Lila, who is Swarup Damodar?
Lalita.
He is Lalita Sakhi. Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. He is Lalita Sakhi. And under Lalita Sakhi, all the Manjaris are there. So this was the time when finally the Manjari met the real shelter. So Rati Manjari met Lalita Sakhi. And she came complete in the shelter of Lalita Sakhi. So Raghunath Goswami was given to Swarup Damodar by Lord to take, to take under his shelter. And Mahaprabhu also made a comment that now with you coming, I have now 3 Raghunaths. So he said there is one Vaidya Raghunath and of course Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, whom we heard about earlier. And now it's you. So now he said, now you will be called as Swarupera Raghu. Such a beautiful name and so apt for the transcendental nature of their relationship as well. Right? And then the Lord asked Govinda to take care of Raghunath. Govinda took him to take bath in the sea, and then they had darshan of Jagannath, and then he gave Mahaprabhu's remnants to Raghunath to eat. And Raghunath Goswami ate remnants of Mahaprabhu for 5 days. Like this it went. And what happened after 5th day? 6th day. So his whole stay in Puri was 16 years. But from 6th day itself, he started showing his renunciation in the form of prasadam. He started with that first. He started standing outside of Simha gate. He stopped taking the prasadam, remnants of Mahaprabhu. Started standing out of Simhadwar where, the free food is happening. Not the Anand Bazaar, okay? Where you buy and no. There is like devotees sometimes buy from Anand Bazaar and then they give to people outside who are standing, who can't afford. So the same way Raghunath Goswami started standing under the Simhadwar, near the Simhadwar. And he started begging for prasadam. After some time, he even stopped that and he started doing madhukari. Now, Mahaprabhu used to keep tabs on each and everyone. I think keeping tab is not the right word. He used to be so much concerned for each and everyone. And he used to know what's happening. So he asked Swarup Damodar, Are, what happened? Nowadays, Raghunath doesn't stand near the Simhadwar. Where is he gone now? First, he stopped taking my remnants. Now he's not even in Simhadwar. Is he eating or not? And then Swarup Damodar said that no, Raghunath felt that if he's standing outside Simhadwar and begging, it is like it's like a prostitute. She has a prostitute wait for the customer to come. So it's like that. So he didn't felt it good. So Lord became very happy and he said, oh, very nice. He's taking the life of renunciation very seriously, he said. Mahaprabhu said. A renunciate should always be engaged in repeating the names of the Lord and should keep his body and soul together through begging. That was Mahaprabhu's words. And then after some time, when Raghunath's father came to know about it, he sent some money through devotees to Raghunath that why are you doing Madhukari Baba? Take this money. And of course, Raghunath Goswami rejected that money. Okay. And we saw that Mahaprabhu became very pleased. There is one thing which is very interesting in his pastimes, that he never approached Mahaprabhu directly. Once Mahaprabhu, as soon as he met Mahaprabhu this time, right, Mahaprabhu gave him under the shelter of Sarup Damodar. So whatever he had to ask, he would always ask via Swarup Damodar. Right? So one day he asked via Sarup Damodar to the Lord. He submitted this question, that what is one question which Rupa Goswami asked, Sanatan Goswami asked, Raghunath Bhatt Goswami asked, right? Our acharyas asked, what is the goal? What is the duty? I want to know the duty of my life. What is the goal of my life? Please personally instruct me something. Right? And then Mahaprabhu said that, Sarup can instruct you, but he understood the mind of Raghunath, and he said, okay, if you want one instruction from me, he gave this instruction. Would anyone like to recite this verse? It's a very famous verse.
Yeah, I can try.
কথা না
Mataji.
শুনিবে, গ্রাম্য বার্তা না কহিবে, ভালো না খাইবে আর ভালো না পরিবে, অমানি মানদা হনা কৃষ্ণ নাম সদা লবে, ব্রজে রাধা কৃষ্ণ সেবা মানসে করিবে।
Jai. Somehow Chaitanya Charitamrita, when spoken and heard through a Bengali, it is more sweeter. Thank you, Prabhuji. Do not talk like people in general, or hear what they say. You should not eat very palatable food, nor should you dress very nicely. Do not expect honor, but offer all respect to others. Always chant the holy name of Lord Krishna, and within your mind render service to Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan. That was the instruction by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Raghunath Goswami. And Raghunath Goswami took these instructions very seriously. The first thing, you should not eat very palatable food. What he started doing, he stopped Madhukari. And he started going at night to gather the prasad which the vendors throw. The Anand Bazar vendor which has got the prasad which has gone rotten, they would throw it out. Even the cows will not eat it. He started collecting that rice, washed that, and he started eating that. That was his meal. Can you imagine? The person who had the opulence of Indra, again, he's eating that. And again, as Mahaprabhu always knows what's happening. He asked Swarup, what happened, Swarup Damodar? Where is Raghunath nowadays? He's not even asking Madhukari. Where has he gone? And then Swarup Damodar said that that's what Raghunath is doing. So Swarup Damodar and Mahaprabhu both came to Raghunath when he was eating. And here, Mahaprabhu took, he snatched actually a morsel from Raghunath's hand, and he said, you are eating such nice things and you are not giving it to me? Mahaprabhu was very pleased. This is renunciation. Prabhupada used to say in one of the Pandal lectures in Mumbai, Prabhupada mentioned that even if, in today's world, even if someone wants to, act the renunciation what Srila Raghunath Goswami has shown, no one can act. Even acting also nahi kar sakte hum. Itna high standard renunciation hai. Right? The Lord was very, very pleased with Raghunath. And he rendered, while staying in Puri, he rendered confidential loving service to the Lord for 16 years under the guidance, of course, of Shri Sarup Damodar Goswami. Looking at his renunciation, Mahaprabhu was very pleased, and he gave him this Govardhan Shila, which was very, very, close to Mahaprabhu's heart. And there is thumb impression, a small thumb impression as well on this Shila. And he gave this and Gunjamala to Raghunath Goswami. And Raghunath Goswami honored, and he was so delighted by this Lord's gift. He took these gifts as direct representations of Shishi Gandharvika Girdhari. He regularly worshipped them with water and tulsi leaves. After the disappearance of Raghunath Goswami, this Shila you can find in Radha Gokulananda temple in Vrindavan. It's very small Shila, right? Hopefully devotees would have seen it. And Raghunath Das Goswami primarily worshipped Radha Govind within his mind, like the meditation, engaging in daily mental worship and offering. He used to offer sweet rice in meditations. Right? Raghunath Das Goswami couldn't bear the separation of Mahaprabhu. Once Mahaprabhu left this material world, he couldn't bear the separation and he stopped eating everything and he only ate fruit and drank little buttermilk. And when Mahaprabhu left, he thought that he'll go to Vrindavan, he'll meet Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, offered them his obeisances, and then from Govardhan, he'll jump and leave his body. That was his plan. He went to Vrindavan, met Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami. And if you remember in Sanatan Goswami's lecture, Mataji was talking about, right, how Sanatan Goswami was also going to leave his body. And Mahaprabhu said, sorry, this body is mine. You cannot do that. So Sanatan Goswami told the same pastime to Raghunath Goswami and said, Mahaprabhu would never like this. Do not. They both convinced Raghunath Goswami to stay in Vrindavan, and they said that you know the pastimes, the intimate pastimes of Mahaprabhu, please share with us. So every day, 3 hours on the banks of Radha Kund, Gaur Katha used to happen. Till the day Raghunath Goswami passed away. He continued that for 41 years. And only because of that, in that audience was our Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, who heard, noted down all the pastimes. Gambhira pastimes, right? Raghunath Das Goswami never left Radha Kund after that. And he did his bhajan on the banks of Radha Kund. Even Janava Devi, Lord Nityanand Mahaprabhu's wife, he was blessed by her too when she visited Radha Kund. Okay, and there are just a couple of more pastimes I'll quickly mention. These pastimes will show how dear Raghunath Goswami was to Radha Krishna. So at first, when staying by Radha Kund, Raghunath Goswami didn't have any fixed shelter. So he was sometimes, he used to stay with Gopal Bhatt Goswami, or he used to just do his sadhana near the bank of Mansi Ganga. So in one of those days, he got up, took bath in Mansi Ganga. It was a very hot day. See, even now, Vrindavan, whole north, it becomes scorching. The heat is scorching during the summer period. So it was very hot, and Raghunath Goswami, he went and he took bath and he started doing his rounds, sitting there. The sun was so hot, but he was unfazed. He was continuously doing his meditation. And this happened. Radharani herself came and covered a dupatta over the head of Raghunath Goswami. Can you imagine the love of Radharani? The special character of this great Acharya? And then there's another pastime where once Raghunath Goswami took a bath in Mansi Ganga, sat, and these are in the beginning days, right? He sat near Mansi Ganga and he started his meditation, and there were 2 tigers who came and started drinking water and started looking at Raghunath Goswami, Sarira Vidyaja, Mahaprasade Govinde. But what happened? Sanatan Goswami came by. In both of these days, Sanatan Goswami came by. And he saw, in this particular incident where the tigers were there, he saw Krishna himself standing there with a stick to ward away the tigers in case they try to attack Raghunath Goswami. So when Sanatan Goswami saw these, if you remember in again the Sanatan Goswami series, Mataji mentioned when Rupa Goswami was delivered milk by a gopi, which was Radharani, Sanatan Goswami instructed something to Rupa Goswami. The same instruction Sanatan Goswami gave to Raghunath Goswami. He instructed Raghunath to build a cottage in which to live and engage in his devotional activities. It's not good to take service from Radha Krishna, he said. It's not good. We are there to serve him. So don't do this. wonderful devotees and wonderful pastimes. And that's when Raghunath Goswami took it seriously, and he started built a cottage and started staying near Radha Kund. Raghunath Goswami, epitome of renunciation. Again, as I mentioned, so many things. He just imagine, he stopped eating the prasadam of Mahaprabhu. He left renunciate the prasadam of Mahaprabhu just so that other people can get it. Epitome of renunciation. He is the Prayojana Acharya. Raghunath Das Goswami wrote and taught that the divine service of Srimati Radharani and Krishna is the ultimate goal of our life. Chaitanya Charitamrita, as I've already mentioned. And there's one more thing. Radha Kund and Sham Kund excavation is because of the mercy of Raghunath Goswami. This is Radha Kund and Sham Kund, right? When Mahaprabhu himself visited the village of Arit in Govardhan, he indicated the presence of Radha Kund and Sham Kund, but they were not properly excavated. And when Raghunath Goswami started staying near the banks of Radha Kund, he always had this thought that maybe I should do something about it. I should, start doing it. But then it's not a small project. It needs a lot of time. It needs a lot of energy and a lot of Lakshmi. So what he thought was, okay, maybe, what I should do is I should wait, I should park it, maybe later. And then once a rich merchant came looking for Raghunath Goswami in Vrindavan. Vrindavan people said, oh, he stays in Govardhan. In Govardhan, they said, oh, he stays near Radha Kund. He comes to Raghunath Goswami, and Raghunath Goswami said that, yeah, how can I help you? How can I serve you? And this rich merchant said that Badrinath, I went to Badrinath to give donation there, and Badrinath came in my dream and said that don't give me donation here. Go to Raghunath. He is in Braj. Go to Raghunath and give him the money. Tell him that I'm ordering him to excavate Radha Kund and Sham Kund. So all the proper, they were small tanks, the original tanks. Now this whole rectangle thing of Radha Kund, even the steps, that was all done subsequent, that was all done under the under the supervision of Raghunath Goswami. And now there is one thing, Radha Kund is in rectangle, right? But Sham Kund is in triangle, or not a proper shape actually. So what happened was, when Raghunath Goswami were trying to make it rectangle as well, there were 5 trees which stood on the bank of Sham Kund. He said that, okay, if we cut these trees, then we can make it rectangle as well. But Yudhishthir Maharaj came in his dream and said that don't cut, these 5 trees are 5 Pandavas. We are staying here to meditate on Lord's pastimes in Braj-dham. Please don't make us leave. Please let us be there. Hence, Shamakund is in a different shape and not in rectangle. Right? You can still see, I think 30-40 meters, there is this very thick Bhima tree. That I remember. But I don't think so I've seen any others. Yeah, but that's just me and my Kalyug Buddhi. Anyways, literatures of Sri Raghunath Goswami. Let's come to that. He has written 3 books. Stavavali, which contains Manas, Saksha and Vilap, Kusumanjali, Danacharita and Muktabali. These are the 3 literatures of Sri Raghunath Goswami. And in those, he has exemplified the goal of our life, the Vipalambha Seva. Now, before I end, I want to mention the daily performance of sadhana, what Raghunath Goswami used to do daily. Okay, 41 years when he was in Vrindavan. 64 rounds of chanting. 1,000 Dandavat pranams to Lord. 2,000 Dandavat pranams to Vaishnavas. 2,000 embraces to Vaishnava devotees. Bathe 3 times in Radha Kund. Reciting Mahaprabhu's pastimes for 3 hours on the banks of Radha Kund. Every single day. These are every single day, okay? In mind, Manas Puja of Sri Sri Radha Krishna. He used to sleep for less than 2 hours. Can you imagine? This is just, once a devotee asked that how can 2000 Dandavat Pranam to Vaishnavas? Where are these 2000 Vaishnavas? He used to, कहाँ मिलेंगे उनको? कि सुबह सुबह उठ के वो निकल जाते थे ढूंढने के लिए वैष्णव को. No, that was all Mansik. He used to remember, okay, Sarup Damodar Goswami, Dandavat Pranam. Okay. There are ways. There are ways to offer respect to devotees if we want to. And then, as we heard, he ate only fruit and milk buttermilk after Mahaprabhu left. After Sanatan Goswami left the material world, he started surviving only on 1 leaf cup of buttermilk. Only 1 leaf cup. Now, there's one more pastime, that Raghunath Goswami, it is written in Bhakti Ratnakar that one day he had a very bad stomachache. So the doctor was called, and the doctor, after looking at him, he was scared to say, but he said that what's indigestion, what he's feeling is because of he has eaten too much kheer. And everyone was like, what nonsense? How can he eat kheer? He only drinks 1 leaf cup of buttermilk. How is that possible? And then the doctor said that, no, I am a very expert Vaidya, and that's my diagnosis. Now, all up to you. And then Raghunath Goswami said, please don't spare the doctor. He's right, actually. While I was meditating on Radha Krishna's pastimes, I cooked sweet rice for them. They enjoyed it, and I ate the remnants, and I ate a little bit too much. Can you imagine? When I'm reading, when I was listening these pastimes, when I was reading about Raghunath Das Goswami, I cannot express you how every single time I was like, is it even possible? Kaise ho sakta hai? But I knew in my bones that it is possible. But it's still inconceivable. It is still inconceivable. Such a great Acharya. And this is what our Goswamis are. After Sanatan Goswami left, he drank only 1 leaf cup of butter. After Rupa Goswami left, he stopped drinking anything, eating anything. He left everything. Vrajvasis used to cry looking at his condition, his weakened condition. And this is Radha Kund, and he left his body on the banks of Radha Kund, where his samadhi is. And his samadhi is also in 64 samadhi areas. That's Raghunath Das Goswami for you. Our beloved Srila Prabhupada highlighted Raghunath Das Goswami's intense renunciation, unwavering focus on devotional service, and his deep love for Radha and Krishna. Prabhupada always emphasized that Raghunath Das Goswami's life exemplified the goal of Krishna consciousness, which is to develop pure love for Radha and Krishna and to serve them in Vrindavan. I just pray to Srila Prabhupada that hopefully now that I have understood and not understood, but read about this great Acharya, maybe even if I have strength to even take a little bit of renunciation from Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, I would think my life is finally a bit of value. Thank you very much. I will like to end it here. And please feel free to add anything. There are multiple pastimes. If there's anything which correct me if I have missed anything and said something wrong. But thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, I got a question about the Gambira stuff, the Gambira one.
Yes, Mataji. Sorry, who is speaking?
Satyarani.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yes.
Krishna. First, thank you for the wonderful class, enlightening us about the Raghunath Das Goswami. It's really wonderful. But could you explain or elaborate about the Gambira pastimes, please?
Jai. So you want me to explain or elaborate on Gambhira pastimes?
A little bit, yeah, please. Thank you.
Yes. That's a wonderful question, Mataji. And I have a very wonderful idea. I have a wonderful person who I can see right now in front of me. I think he understands whom I'm talking to. I'll pass on this question to His Grace Surat Krishna Prabhuji, because I think he's in a better position to speak on that than me. But all I can say, it was his intimate and confidential pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Surat Krishna Prabhuji, can you please help me a bit here?
Well, Gambhir is a Gambhir pastime. So I think we'll leave it for some other day because difficult to do justice in little bit of time. So Sachirani Mataji, thank you for the question. That just means that Sita Mataji, you got to continue these sessions. Devotees are not satisfied.
Thank
But
you.
we can take any other questions if anybody has related to what Mataji has said in terms of Raghunath Das Goswami.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I have one question. Maybe I missed in the beginning. I joined halfway. So Raghunath Das Goswami was the son of Hiranya Majumdar or Govardhan Majumdar? They were brothers.
Govardhan.
Right?
Yeah,
Govardhan.
sorry about that, Prabhuji. Maybe, I got confused. But he was the son of Govardhan Majumdar, and Hiranya Majumdar was the uncle.
Uncle, yeah. So I always get confused. I missed it in the beginning. I joined.
So
Thank you.
Hiranya Majumdar was his elder brother of Govardhan Majumdar.
Thank you. And he was the son amongst both of them, right? The only heir.
Correct. Only son, only
Only
child
son.
they have.
Okay.
In their whole family, he was the only son.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Is there something in chat? No. Looks like
No other questions?
Yeah, looks like everything is, and no other questions, Prabhuji, not in the chat or comments. So
Sita Mataji, I've got a request.
Hanji, Prabhuji.
Can we recite 4 stanzas of Nam Sankirtan Bhajan, which glorifies the 6 Goswamis, as a nice way to conclude this session? And I can do a bit of an overview if you're okay.
Please, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So this is for all devotees who have joined today. So if you have in the Vaishnav songbook or on your phone, the Vaishnav bhajan called Nam Sankirtan by Narottam Das Thakur. So in that, from 4 to 7, these 4 verses that glorify the 6 Goswamis. And the explanation or meaning of the song itself is a worthy tribute to the 6 Goswamis as we conclude. So I've got this open in front of me. What I'll do is perhaps I'll just read the translation, and if somebody wants to, I'll read number 4. So we'll do 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I'll read 4, and somebody else, if you have it open, you can read 5, and somebody can read 6 and 7. So Shri Nam Sankirtan Narottam Das Thakur ki jai.
Prabhuji, I can try sharing my screen maybe.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Narottam Das Thakur. Did you say? Yeah.
I just thought of it, so I wasn't sure whether
Let's
workable.
see. Okay. Come on. Let me know when everyone can see my screen.
Yeah, that'll be excellent.
Is this the one, Prabhuji?
Yes. Yeah. That's it. So number 4. So we'll go to the translation, and you can increase it a little bit. That'll be awesome. So let's read the translation, and then if we can all sing. Correct. That's it. So all glories to Sri Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, and Raghunath Das Goswami. Somebody else?
I offer my obeisances to the feet of these 6 Goswamis. By offering them obeisances, all obstacles to devotion are destroyed and spiritual desires are fulfilled.
I'm the servant of the person who is the servant of these 6 Goswamis. The dust of their holy feet is my 5 kinds of foodstuffs.
This is my desire that birth after birth I may live with those devotees who serve the Lord's feet of these 6 Goswamis.
Okay, so now we can.
When the 6 Goswamis lived in Raja.
Okay, that's okay. Let him continue. Okay, continue, Prabhu.
When the 6 Goswamis lived in Vraja, they revealed and explained the eternal pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Sorry.
Thank you. So, if it's okay, we can sing a little bit. Next line, Mataji, on top. Number 4. Yeah, that's right. So, Sri Rupa Sri Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Sri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasha Raghunath এই ছাই গোসাই করি চরণ বন্দন যাহা হইতে বিঘ্ন নাশ অভীষ্টা পূরণ এই ছাই গোসাই যার মুই তার দাস কাসাবার চরণ রেণু মোর পঞ্চগ্রাস আদের চরণ সেভি ভক্ত সনে বাস জন্মে জন্মে হয় এই অভিলাষ এই ছাই গোসাই যবে ব্রজে কইল ভাস রাধা কৃষ্ণ নিত্য লীলা করিল প্রকাশ হরি হরায় নম কৃষ্ণ যাদবায় নম যাদবায় মাধবায় কেশবায় নম হরি হরায় নম কৃষ্ণ যাদবায় নম যাদবায় মাধবায় কেশবায় নম Ishan Goswami Mishta ki jai. Okay, so first of all, thank you so much, Sita Mataji, Chitrakrishna Prabhu, and Bhakti Viksha Hamilton for organizing this wonderful journey of glorification of the pastimes of the 6 Goswamis. We all know about the 6 Goswamis, but to get into the details of each one of those personalities and understand them, and hopefully all of us would have got a bit more than what we already knew, and we feel inspired from at least one of the 6 Goswamis to take on something more than what we are already doing to progress in our own spiritual journey. So thank you so much for organizing this, and we hope we will have more of these sessions in future. Otherwise, we are Rupanugas and the follower of the Parampara, but we sometimes don't have the opportunity to hear about these Goswamis, even though there are appearances and disappearances happening. And by the way, talking about disappearance, it's not a coincidence that tomorrow is Ekadashi and day after tomorrow is the disappearance day of Rupa Goswami, the leader of the Goswamis. So there you are. Thank you so much once again. And I'm sure all the devotees here have relished these pastimes over the last 6 weeks. So I just thought I was just told that if I can just do a bit of a quick recap of the 6 Goswamis that we have heard. And I was listening to a class by Keshav Maharaj, and he summarized the 6 Goswamis with an amazing word that we can all remember and take away today, which I'll talk at the end. So just to recap, all of the 6 Goswamis were ultimately under the shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by being under the direct service of Sarup Damodar. So whenever somebody came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, if you see, he used to say, okay, you go and serve, go and learn under Sarup Damodar. Why? Because Sarup Damodar was remember? Yeah, he's the ringleader, Lalita Sakhi. So under him, all the Goswamis were doing devotional service. So same in this Chaitanya Lila pastime, all the 6 Goswamis, somehow or the other, were working under Sarup Damodar. Of which we all know Rupa Goswami was, although not the eldest, but the leader. And he was given a name. He was Rasa Acharya. He was the Acharya, the teacher, the preacher of the Rasas. So he's given us Bhakti Rasa Amrita Sindhu. And he was, as we know, the Acharya of Abhiday. Right? And he was obviously initiated by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu directly and instructed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu directly. Second, Sanatan Goswami, who in terms of material age was the senior most of the 6 Goswamis. He is the one who spent maximum time, like physically, with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in terms of instructions. And of course, Rupa Goswami was also there, but comparatively, he spent a little bit more. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu initiated him. And interestingly, Sanatan Goswami was also put under the direction of Tapan Mishra and Chandrasekhar when he first came. When he said that famous line, Ami ke, Kyano amay Joratra Petroy. So that was interesting. And of course, he is the Sambandha Acharya. Jiva Goswami, the nephew of Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami. So some people say he never met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, ever. Which is not completely true. He did see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he didn't meet him. So Jiva Goswami never met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But he saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from far when his uncles, Rupa and Sanatan, they went to meet Mahaprabhu for the first time by hiding. They couldn't reveal themselves in the daytime and come to meet Mahaprabhu. So they went to meet Mahaprabhu in the night hiding. And so when one of them went to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the other person with the young Jiva Goswami was hiding behind a tree. And so Jiva Goswami, at a tender age, from far off, he just had a glimpse of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's all. But he went on to become the most intellectual, the biggest philosopher of all times. In Gaudiya history, Gaudiya Vaishnava history, he is the biggest philosopher. And after him, normally people recognize Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati to be the most intellectual and the most philosopher in the line of Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So that's amazing. Of course, he was formally initiated by his own uncle, Rupa Goswami. And then we've got Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, who was, as was mentioned, he was the most mysterious. Very little information about him. And he did not write anything. No literature at all. And he was the illustrious son of Tapan Mishra, one of the most confidential servants of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, based in Banaras. And he was an expert cook, an expert singer, and an expert reciter and singer of Srimad Bhagavatam. He used to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by reciting Bhagavatam and cooking for him. And it is said that when Mahaprabhu was following restricted diet, he used to not eat everything and cooked from anybody. Whatever Raghunath Bhatta cooked for him, Mahaprabhu would eat. Just like how Prabhupada, in his later years, restricted his diet. But when his own sister, Pishima, she used to cook something, even though it will be puri and fried, which is not good for his stomach materially, he will say, bring it on. And of course, Raghunath Bhatta also was under the care of Rupa and Sanatan. And then we have got Raghunath Das, that today Mataji touched upon. He was the son of a billionaire. Imagine, that kind of money. But being a son of a billionaire, he showed us how to practice extreme austerity, which a wealthy person can't even dream of doing, forget performing. So that was amazing. And so he, by his journey, has proved that ultimately, whatever it is, there is only one goal. There is only one prayojan in life. So he's the prayojan acharya. And it seems he was, Acharya said he was initiated formally by Rupa Goswami, although he had a lot of, he had his interaction with other Goswamis as well. He was initiated by Rupa Goswami, and he initiated Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And Rupa Goswami was his instructing spiritual master. So when he wrote Chaitanya Charitamrita, he writes Rupa Raghunath. And that Raghunath is Raghunath Das Goswami. And the last one is Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who was initiated by his own uncle, Prabodhananda Saraswati, who was based in, he was Saraswat Brahman. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he had instructed him that you should assist Rupa and Sanatan. First, you do your own duties, serve your parents, and then you go and serve Rupa and Sanatan. And you should study and compile transcendental literatures. So this is just an overview. So, like when you go 6 Goswamis, who's where, what is his name, what is he famous for? It's just good to know this. So it's like a nutshell. And now, if you remember nothing, I would request you to just take this with you. So these 6 Goswamis, they are, now hear this attentively, they are the master minds of bhakti. Master minds of bhakti. Why? 3 reasons. 3 reasons why they are the master minds of bhakti. First reason, they, by their own spiritual practice, mastered their own mind. And second reason, they not only mastered their own mind, but they could understand the mind of their master. Right? So first one is they mastered their own mind. Second is they understood the mind of their master. Third one, they mastered the art of connecting and reaching out to the minds of all living entities and relieving them of their suffering. So they are the master minds of bhakti, the Shad Goswami, Choi Goswami. Srila Rupa, Raghunath, Sanatan, Jiva, Raghunath Bhatta, Gopal Bhatta, Shad Goswami Ashtaki, Jai. So remember this, they're the masterminds of bhakti. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you so much, Prabhuji. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. The masterminds of bhakti.
Yes, I just loved it when Maharaj shared. I said, this is it. Maybe Sita Mataji told me to conclude. And I said, okay, what is the best way to conclude such exalted personalities? So I thought this is very apt coming from Maharaj, the masterminds of bhakti. And remember this for life.
Yes. Jai. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. And after Janmashtami, we are hoping that there would be more, some Acharya series, more further added to 6 Goswamis. Hopefully, Krishna willing.
Sure, absolutely. There's lots. There's the Vaishnav Samadhi book as well. So once we get started on that, we can continue.
There is a request, whoever gave the presentations, there's a request if they can forward me their PowerPoints in PDF. There are some devotees who are wanting them, so I can then forward it to them. It's good to keep them, or if Prabhuji, if maybe I can forward all of them to you and then you can keep them in some drive or forward it to
I think you've got my PowerPoint anyway, so rest can
Yes.
send to you. Keep it separately and share it as you feel appropriate. All good?
Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for giving your wonderful association during this journey. It is actually very sad that we are ending it today, but then we have to look forward to Balram Purnima and Janmashtami. So it's good time, actually.
So I'm told you all are coming for the Janmashtami Seva. So
Yes.
the Bhakti Vriksha Hamilton under Chitra Krishna and Sita Mataji are doing a special service of serving and cleaning the midnight session of Janmashtami. This is the best part, by sacrificing their own darshan during that particular time. So thank you so much, and we hope to catch up at that time.
Yes, thank you so much, Prabhuji. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Chat Goswamis ki jai, Srila
Jai.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you very
Jai.
much.
Hare Krishna.